So Python is extensible. You can install other people's libraries that they have created, like we installed requests. That's a library somebody created. It wasn't Python that did it. Here's another library. This one's called Rich. So to install Rich on your computer, you want to bring up your terminal, which my terminal came up way over there. But you want to go to your terminal. Now my terminal came up way over there. There it is. And you'll use the Python package manager, pip, install Rich. And there's a central package repository called PYPI, PyPy. And that'll install the Rich library, which has other libraries in it, but so did the other one too. Then we exit. I'm done. Now, if we want to make a very simple program, to start with, all we need to do is from rich.console. So when we're doing things at the command line, that can also be called the console. So command line console, it's the same thing. From rich.console, we need to import the console command or the console part of the library. Then we're not going to worry about the panel for right now, but we do need to create a console object. I just have to remember not to save this. I should probably copy it somewhere else, or I'm going to wreck my tutorials. Just a second here. Let me save it somewhere else so I don't wreck my stuff. I have done that in the past because I get, excited and get going, and then suddenly everything is gone when I go back to look at it later. All right, so we're going to ignore this for now. That's in the tutorial. But we need these two pieces to set up the pretty stuff. And I'm going to take that out just for now. Okay, and we're not going to do any calculations. We're going to take all this out and show how console print works. So we need this in your program. We need this in your program. Now, if we're going to print, well, I should wait for a second. Is everybody at that point? Or do I need to wait a little longer? I don't actually, I just need this as a reference so I can remember how to do it. Let me pause for a moment. I can see they're still typing, so I better pause for a second. And you suppose you can stop and start more than one color on the same line? Sure.
I find it interesting that they don't change anything in the string, the blues to do that. Because you're like with the F string, you'll have those like the squigglies to
Yep.
encase the variable.
It's all a string. That's why it's not giving you static. And the reason it's not showing up is console knows what to do with those markups. That's what it's looking for. So it looks at that and says, oh, this means I need to turn on blue, not print out blue. So console knows what to look for to stop and start the color. And so you could do blue, green, red, yellow, the normal colors that you could think of, you could use in there. Purple, I don't know if there is a purple. You can try it. If it doesn't work, you try something else. I know there's a list of colors somewhere for Rich. Let's see. Rich Python list of colors. Oh, now AI is generating something which may or may not be right.
Purple does work.
Oh, there it is. Here's the guy, standard colors. Yeah, so there's the standard color names. Some of these will work in Windows, some won't. And look at all these different things. So some will work, some won't. Just depends. Interestingly enough, in Linux, all these work because Linux has been doing this for a lot longer than Windows, but most of them work, more or less. Now, Owen mentioned F strings. So let's create a variable. Let's create a variable called name. And we'll just put a word in there. There we have a name called Hope. normally how we would put in a variable is we'd use what Owen was referring to earlier, which is type in an F string. I forgot to turn my video back on. Oh, I forgot to turn it off. Okay, I may have to re-record that. So how do we put a variable in here instead of boring with an F string? Same way we did it before. Whoops, its name. There. So now the variable, the value in the variable name will be turned blue or purple or green or whatever color we pick. So all the other F string stuff works exactly the same. Console itself recognizes the brackets in blue and the slash in blue or whatever color you choose to turn it on and off. And of course, if you add bold to it, I don't know if there's italic, but I know you can add bold and it makes it a little darker. And then that makes it thicker. So you can see that's a little thicker than the one next to it. And that's what bold does. It makes the font a little bit thicker. There may be italic, I don't know. Never tried it. Let's see, we can do italic. I don't think so. We'll find out. Oh, yeah, you can. Huh, there you go. There's extensive documentation for this. You know, in the Rich, you just have to search for Python Rich and look at the GitHub or the documentation. There's all kinds of things in there. Oh, but really what this should say is instead of this, hope it's pretty, not very good English composition, is it? How about that? That's better English composition. Hope is pretty. Right? And there we have Rich, fun with Rich. And so, yes, if you feel like using Rich on any assignment you're doing, go right